Here again we have our aggregate supply curve. If the economy's aggregate demand crosses it like this, you've got a recession. Here's your sweet spot, full employment. And up here you've got inflation. So let's say that we've got an economy that's in inflation. So perhaps the government has overdone aggregate demand. The government has overdone fiscal and monetary policy. They've cut interest rates. They've raised government spending. They've cut taxes, and the economy is getting stuck. It's very inflationary. And you're advising a politician politician. And of course, you know that what you can do is you can move the aggregate demand curve back this way by using monetary policy. So you could raise interest rates. In order to curb inflation in the 1980s, interest rates went to around 20%. People don't like that. That's not politically popular. Let's say you use fiscal policy. Well, to go from here to here, what you need to do is raise taxes. That's always a winner. Or cut government spending, which people are always in favor of as long as it's someone else's government spending. So none of those measures, neither monetary nor fiscal policy, are very popular when you've got a situation like this with overheating and you need to bring the economy back this direction. Well, there's another solution out there. And that solution is what is called supply-side policies. And basically what supply-side policies try to do is make the aggregate supply curve shift out this direction. So instead of curving up here, you boost the ability of the economy to produce, and you move the aggregate supply curve out like so. So we'll call this shift supply side shift. Okay, and now the question is, how is it that you go about doing this? And there are basically two places that can bring about the bottleneck in your economy that creates the inflation. So one possibility is you don't have enough workers. So you need to increase your workforce. How can you increase your workforce? Well, one possibility is you could raise the retirement age. So if people retired later, they would work longer, and so you'd effectively have more workers. A second place where you might have the possibility for more workers in your domestic economy, at least in some countries, is you could have more women work. Japan has been trying to bring more women into the workforce in order to boost the overall productive capacity of the economy. A third place where you can get additional workers is you can bring them in from outside your economy, so immigration. All right, so measures to increase the workforce are one place where you can apply supply-side policies. And then the other is those workers need machinery and all this stuff to work with, so you need to increase the capital in your country. So measures that might increase capital would be you could cut taxes on businesses. So the U.S., for example, recently did a big business tax cut. It was one of the early policy measures taken by the Trump administration. And the idea is if you cut taxes on businesses, businesses will make more money and reinvest that money in property, plant, and equipment, and then the whole economy will have a greater capacity. Another place that you might try to change things is to cut regulations. If you can cut down the time it takes to get building permits, people may build more stuff. If you make it easier to hire and fire workers, then people may be more inclined to take on new employees. And that basically is it. So measures that are taken to increase your workforce and increase the amount of capital in the economy are designed to push the aggregate supply curve out and to the right. And when that happens for a given level of fiscal and monetary policy, you may be able to boost your economy without provoking excess inflation.